Hey everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Room, where we talk all things comics and movies. This is episode number 42. We're discussing Force Friday. I'm one of your hosts, Tim.
I'm Sunjay.
I'm Troy.
Alright, so this week we're going to discuss our Force Friday hauls.
Yay!
So Troy and I partaked here.
Whoa. You just assume I didn't partake in Force Friday?
A little bit.
What if I...
Were you out there at 6 a.m., midnight?
Were there any steelbooks?
No.
Nope.
Oh, were there any comics that tie in with Batman?
No.
Nope.
If there was a Batman vs. Darth Vader comic, how many copies would you guys buy?
One.
I buy one.
I'd buy 7.
Yeah.
Just give it to
Who would
you
win
guys.
that fight?
Batman.
Oh, Vader. Vader all day.
Before we get into all of our Force Friday discussions, we've got a lot of news to run down here. There's a lot going on in the nerd world right now.
Yeah, that's right, because not only did Force Friday drop on Friday, we got Luke Cage himself.
Yes.
Oh.
Have you guys checked that out yet?
Yes.
I do not have Netflix, so no.
He's going to wait for it to come out on VHS.
Actually, now that you mentioned that, I actually did pick up a VHS on the weekend. So we're at the flea market, okay? And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the horror film The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a haunted VHS tape.
Okay.
They had it at the flea market for $1. And I'm like, I have to get this. Like, how cool of a prop is that to get like a haunted VHS tape about a movie about a haunted VHS tape? No one's ever made a good scary movie about a haunted DVD, so gotta hand it to VHS tapes. But I digress. Luke Cage.
Yeah, he broke Netflix.
How do you do that?
So Luke Cage dropped on Friday.
Okay.
Netflix went down on Saturday. And I think this might be one of the first, if not the first time Netflix has actually crashed. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We have shows like Stranger Things, Orange is the New Black,
House of Cards,
all these huge shows, and Luke Cage is the one that breaks it. And I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I know we're going to review this next week, so I got a lot of binge watching to do. But can you give us your first impressions, Troy?
First impression, this is probably the best Marvel Netflix series right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I love the Daredevil
Wow.
season 1 and 2. This right here sets the bar very high.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many episodes in are you?
I'm on my 6th episode now.
6. So you're about halfway through, eh?
Halfway through. Can't wait. I'm going to go home and binge watch some more. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. With all that's going on around here, like I said last week, I'm moving. This is officially the last episode that we're recording at Nerd Room version 1.0.
We're gonna have to have
Studio,
like a sad song as we sign off the air.
Closing time.
That's
Closing time?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
Nice.
So-
Alright, do you guys know the words? We'll sing it as we close
exit.
out today.
Bonus content. How you feeling about the soundtrack?
Soundtrack's cool. You know, I'm actually more intrigued in the soundtrack now since I've actually watched the show.
Yeah.
Because when watching the trailers a couple times, it was very hip-hop oriented, which of course it still is when you get into the show. But what I like more is we're getting a lot of jazz kind of feel. And I think, I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's James Young. I could be wrong, so help me out there if you know. But he also produced 2 of Ghostface Killer's albums, and I can feel it. I can hear the Ghostface influence throughout this show. So great score, great show, man, all around. Nothing but good, positive things.
I'm super psyched to get into it. I've heard nothing but good things. Even
Right.
people that don't necessarily watch superhero movies or films tend to go to Netflix to watch these individual episodes or the whole series itself. And other people I've talked to have said the exact same thing. This is the best. And I don't know how they keep setting the bar higher and higher.
They really keep doing it. And again, we got another great villain again in this series, right? You know, he's almost on that Kingpin level.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost because they have the time to develop these villains. Because Kevin Feige was out while promoting Doctor Strange, discussing the criticism behind Marvel cinematic villains.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're almost doppelgangers or mirror images of the heroes.
Yes.
So we have Iron Man and Ironmonger.
Yeah, and
Cap.
Whiplash even.
Yeah, Whiplash,
Yeah.
Cap and Red Skull, Thor and Loki. So you have all these villains that are literally carbon copies, but just bad.
Yeah.
They're almost bad for no reason sometimes, right?
Dark Elves and
Yeah.
I can name a few.
And that's one of the pieces of the cinematic universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that has taken the most heat since 2008, I guess. And Kevin Feige actually addressed this directly when speaking about Doctor Strange versus essentially sorcerers, right?
Yes.
And he kind of laid down this concept that the reason they do this is because they have to spend so much time world building that having to build a separate villain or a backstory for a villain or have something where Doctor Strange is a sorcerer and then you have some other completely different villain that's crashed on the planet, you know, it's alien goop or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're trying to explain that at the same time and it kind of conflicts with the story.
Right.
They're saying we're laying the foundation for a in continuity universe, within that movie itself,
Right.
that attaches to the larger cinematic universe. But they find it just easier to use a carbon copy, a mirror image villain.
Right.
What do you guys think of that concept? Does that pull the movie down? Because you don't always see that, particularly with Batman on the DC
Right.
side.
As long as it doesn't become a trend, right? So
Yeah.
because we've been seeing so many trends, Yellow Jacket, Winter Soldier, etc., it kind of pulls you down a little bit. But once they get into the second or third movie of the franchise, that's when I want to see them branch away. So I'm okay with DC. I think has done a pretty decent job. Besides maybe Man of Steel having Zod, who's pretty much just like Superman.
But again,
he still executed it well though.
It's that same concept though. You're world building.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to have a worthy opponent to go against Superman. You can't just have Superman chasing down bank robbers or fighting some men in a suit. It doesn't
saving
really
a
go
cat.
that way. Exactly.
Yeah,
And so sometimes you have to leverage off the world that you're building.
that's right.
And Kevin Feige stated explicitly here, they're done with that.
Yeah.
They feel like they've got a strong enough foundation of characters and a world that's built around them that they don't need to have these mirror image villains anymore. I'm assuming, though, in Black Panther, you're going to get something similar, right?
Yeah, well, I guess they did also announce that Claw is cast now as well, which we already knew from Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Right? So that's cool, because he's obviously a lot different than Black Panther.
Yeah, he and Eric Killmonger and him have ties in the comics as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool how they do that. And they casted Man-Ape as well.
Oh, yeah? Okay,
so
cool.
look at three
Man-Ape?
villains.
Yeah. He's like a big white ape, isn't he?
Yeah. I think
So
it's
kind of like Gorilla Grodd, but white? Or-
No, I don't think it's like a
He's like a human.
in an ape. I don't know how
Yeah,
they're going to
kind of think Rhino.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
but with an ape, yeah.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, I think like Marvel has so many cool and unique different villains. It'd be nice to see them actually like push the limits and try for something out of the box instead of something cookie cutter. I mean, just looking at this thing here that we have in the background of our microphone stand, I mean, you look at the House of M, like how many villains are in there, and some of the monsters and Secret Wars. Like it'd be cool to see like a Mephisto or something like that from Ghost Rider. I think there's just so much you can do. I mean, Marvel's been around for 75 years, and people always like say DC has great villains, but so does Marvel. I mean, a lot of people kind of discount Marvel because their heroes are so great.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like probably one of the best films was hero on hero fighting was Civil War, because the two heroes are so strong that you don't have a villain that's as strong as Captain America or Iron Man to put them out to really make that like such a great film. Even Winter Soldier, the same kind of thing. Bucky's kind of like an anti-hero. He's not really a villain.
Right.
So again, you got another hero versus hero conflict. So it'd be cool to see them kind of stretch the limits and go for broke. Just try something completely out of left field and see if it works. And I assume it will, because really that's kind of the only down thing of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been the villains.
Yeah, the villains have definitely been the weaker point, I'd say, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But, I mean, at least now, Spider-Man Homecoming, we'll see a variety. That'll probably be the start, I guess.
That's
when
cool.
we start seeing different villains pop up, right?
And I think if you look back to the Netflix series and even what they've done with Loki, it's when they've had time to develop a villain, they're very successful at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just these one and dones that they're not able to have enough time to give the character a proper backstory. And the stronger ones have had, like Kingpin, the villain from Luke Cage, Loki, they've all had that time put into their story. And I think that's where they benefit from it. And I don't know if we're going to get villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that are going to stretch through longer periods of time where they're not just essentially eliminated in ways where they maybe could come back later, but maybe won't.
That's right. That's I'm pulling out for Green Goblin eventually.
They gotta stop killing him off too. I hate that. Like Red Skull's gone, and he was like one of the best villains you have.
He's not necessarily dead though, right? I mean, he could be anywhere, but I hope they bring him back.
That'd be such a cool, to kind of round out the Captain America saga, to have him come back for the last one or something would be really cool. Or, you could have him like operating in the background, and then, he has his own like operation someplace else.
They're very ambiguous endings, I find, with the Marvel Cinematic villains. Like, even Ronan, he was kind of killed by an Infinity Stone, so there are a lot of them have fallen to Infinity Stones, and that means really nothing. Right? They're not actually physically killed. You don't see Thor going out there and knocking the head of Malekith off, right? Like, it just doesn't happen that way.
Well, even Thanos, I mean, he's been teased for how many movies, but he literally just sat on a chair for like the last 5 movies he's been teased. It'd been cool to see him do something really cool, maybe like destroy a planet or something, or kill some people. But
I think they're saving that.
But I mean, get me hyped up. I mean, I'm hyped up because I know Thanos from the comics and I know what he's capable of. Can you really say like what you've seen of him in the cinematic universe? You can really be hyped up for him.
For me, yeah, because I like the slow burn approach that we're getting with Thanos. Just the little glimpses is enough for me. For me, at least.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to do. Is this real slow burn. Like it's seeding it enough that people now recognize who Thanos is.
Yeah.
And now they just have to display his power because they really haven't done that. He's killed one person.
Right.
Yeah.
Has he? No.
I-
That was Ronan that killed the other. They need to Alderaan something with Thanos.
Yes.
They need to have him show up and blow up a planet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And show him having some dialogue with Death so the
Yeah.
audience can get a sense of like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Relentless and has no remorse for humans.
Yeah.
Have they cast Death yet, or is that kind of a secret?
I think that's kind of a
Kind
secret.
of a secret. I mean, we don't know if they're going to go down that road. I'm sure they would.
They'd
That's
have to,
They're
right?
hinting towards that some sort of Infinity Gauntlet story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Death is heavily involved in there.
Yeah.
It'd be like having a Superman movie without Lois Lane. Like, his one true love is death, so...
Yeah. Which I'd be okay with right now.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Amy Adams is a national treasure, okay?
Not the right fit for that character.
Amy, if you're listening to this, which I assume you are, you keep doing your thing, girl. You're killing it.
Fade to the background. Sticking with the MCU, there are also some talks that Doctor Strange could open some doors to the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are your guys' thoughts on this being used as either a tool to get away from the continuity they've built so they don't have to touch it if in fact they do lose actors like Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. Eventually down the road? Or is this going to make it so complex that it's just not worth watching anymore? Because the whole multiverse, and particularly the Ultimate Universe, which was referred to by Kevin Feige and then subsequently kind of half-assed retracted.
Yeah.
But it was a way to reimagine, reshape, and put a different portrayal of characters onto comic print.
Yeah.
And this, again, could be used as a way to move away and leave the cinematic universe as is, as a whole contained unit. You know, is this something that you think it's going to be used post-Infinity War to fit the Marvel Cinematic Universe back together in a way that we can accept the continuity running through it?
I think it'd be pretty confusing. I mean, if they want to set off their whole Ultimate line as a franchise, it'd just be crazy, because even if you look even at Rogue One right now, people are even confused, where does that fit in the timeline of Star Wars? This is Star Wars, which is huge. Plus, it kind of makes no sense. I mean, the Ultimate Universe was created back in 2000 to basically bring the Marvel Universe in current times, like to just make it modern, right?
Yeah.
And we've already had sprinkles of like the Ultimate Universe. Like we have Nick Fury already.
Yeah.
We have the Chitauri, right? I think that they're from the
they're
Ultimate
the
line.
Skrulls from the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, and even the approach they're going with Spider-Man so far is kind of like the more ultimate Spider-Man. So I don't really think it's necessary, and especially you have such a cool universe already that we want to expand on. Why go back and retell another Cap story that's a little different? You know what I mean? I don't think there's any point to it. No. I don't think I'd even really want to see it.
Even the cinematic costumes take a lot of cues from the Ultimate Universe. You even look at Falcon and Cap's modern uniform.
Yes.
All of those have taken big cues from that universe.
And I think their headquarters is from the Ultimate line too,
Yeah,
right?
the Triskelion.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So I think they can just leave that universe untouched. It doesn't exist in the comics anymore anyways,
No,
and
it's
there's a
gone.
reason for it. Right?
Yeah.
So
It was a cool run. I think the first 12 issues or so, or 18 issues maybe, were really well done.
Yeah.
And it really updated that universe.
the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, and then Spider-Man's run. That's basically holding the universe, because they destroy the Fantastic Four, basically.
Yeah.
The X-Men were pretty much diminishing.
Yeah. But Reed Richards was a great villain.
He was great.
Yeah.
So we got some cool things. We got Reed Richards as what's he called? The creator? The maker.
Yeah.
And then we got Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Yeah. And they've pulled those out of the Ultimate Universe and put them into current continuity 616.
Exactly.
So, or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
Earth 1 or
Earth Prime.
So, do you think that they could use this to maybe branch into the Fox movies and maybe pull in the Fantastic Four, or finally do like an X-Men crossover, just maybe a one-off film, or is there no hope for that?
Comes down to the rights still. The studios.
do they want to taint their universe that they've spent since 2008 building with something that's a bit all over the place? Like, it would be really cool to pull in Logan or pull in a character or something like that.
Yeah.
And that is a way that they could leverage those other characters if they did have the rights to them.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing in the DC TV universe, essentially with Supergirl, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Is they're doing the Flashpoint paradox and pulling everyone into the same continuity.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do something like that. And they've done that in the comics countless times.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to integrate these characters, but I think you'd have to go fresh reboot on either X-Men or whatever, or even a Deadpool you could probably get away with pulling in and having it being self-referential and being like, hey, I used to be in this universe, now I'm in
Yeah.
this universe.
Yeah.
People would get that and accept that.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because Deadpool's a hard R, right? And if you bring him to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all their movies are PG-13, so I think it would lose some of that edge.
Plus, again, we'd kind of have like less superhero movies in a sense. So we get less Cap movies, less
That's
Spider-Man, less Avengers. We get less of everything, right? If we had to share more so with Wolverine or the X-Men or the Fantastic Four.
That's what I'm going to tell my kids. If you share, then you get less, so never share. Let that be a lesson to all the kids out there.
Stay greedy.
So, sticking with Cinematic Universe, Justice League wrapped shooting this week.
That's right. So it wrapped in London, and now it's flying to Iceland. But some of the people aren't going to Iceland. Like Aquaman, I think, is done, and he's actually gone. Or Jason Momoa, sorry. Yeah. He's not actually Aquaman. Although he does look the part. Well, not really, but he looks...
Conan.
Yeah. But he's going to film The Crow now. And so, yeah. And there's rumors if the Joker was going to come on set, Jared Leto, or... the picture teased by Zack Snyder on Twitter. Did you guys see that?
Did he have the Bat Gauntlet on?
He had the Bat Gauntlet on, and he was doing some drawings, and then people zoomed in on the drawings, and it was the meeting between Lex Luthor and Deathstroke.
Oh, Luthor's going to be in Justice League.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of Amazing Spider-Man 2 going on in here.
You said that about Batman vs. Superman, and look how that turned
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing, Zack Snyder?
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, let Zack do his vision. Even if Justice League, falls on its face, then they have building blocks where they can pick up the pieces and continue on.
Which they've been doing every movie.
Every movie, everyone's like, just wait for the next one. Wait for the next one. Although I've loved all three, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true. You have, yeah.
So
keep it simple.
Keep it simple,
had
stupid.
An opportunity to keep Justice League simple, and if they're gonna muddle it up and make it more complex than it needs to be, and use it again as a launching pad for the universe, like Batman vs Superman had problems, and we're not going to go into that.
Yeah.
But I said when we re-reviewed the Ultimate Cut, that it did serve its purpose as being a launching pad to some degree. It set a somewhat rocky foundation, but a foundation nonetheless.
Yeah.
And Justice League had the opportunity to build off that. If it's going to try to be a complex movie seeding all these different things, it's going to fall on its face again.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, they really got to keep it simple, but I think they really got to do something special because, this is the Justice League, the first time on film, so, they can't just have them fighting Deathstroke or Luthor. It's got to be like a grand villain. When we got the Avengers, we got them fighting all these aliens, so, they got to use all their powers, and the audience didn't feel bad if they killed an alien. Right. So, you need something like that in Justice League. You need something big, you need something grand. We've already had 2 Avengers movies, 2.5 if you count Civil War. So, so they need something. This is the Justice League. If they just keep it too simple, I think people will be pissed off and saying how could you spend $250 million without some really cool fight scenes and stuff?
Are we getting Steppenwolf? Because he's obviously teased.
Yeah.
In BVS.
Yeah, so he's supposed to be the main villain. Right. They haven't cast him yet.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird.
It is.
But in Guardians, they didn't cast Groot and Rocket until after that was done shooting, so it can be done.
Okay.
No, because James Gunn's brother was Rocket Raccoon mocap.
Right.
The other guy from Groot mocap.
And then Bradley Cooper.
They just voiced him.
Coop.
So I'm guessing that Vin Diesel's for Guardians 2 isn't because he's like a foot tall in the new Guardians Groot.
Oh, that's right, like little baby Groot?
Yeah, teenage adolescent
I think
Groot.
they said that he is.
Eventually, but he's small.
Oh, but for the small one, right? Okay,
I don't know how he grows or when he grows.
Right.
But he does start off as like adolescent
baby,
or preteen.
Sell those toys.
They're not just going to leave it alone?
Oh!
There you go.
I caught that one.
So this weekend, there's a big con. One of the biggest of the con season. New York Comic Con.
Nice.
So October 6th through 9th. Everyone shows up to this one. Marvel, DC, Star Wars crew, everyone. It's huge. And this is one that I've contemplated, do you go to San Diego or you go to New York Comic Con? Because I think it's slightly smaller.
Yeah.
But it does have that same San Diego vibe to it.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
It's the East Coast equivalent of San Diego Comic Con.
That's right. Yeah.
We're going to turn this into East Coast, West Coast battle, just like the 90s?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. To me, I think New York is probably a lot better city than San Diego to visit. Nothing against San Diego, but if I had to choose between the two, I might lean a little bit more towards New York just due to the tourism aspect.
Yeah. I always feel like that's like the comic essential place to be is New York, right? Midtown Comics.
Yeah.
You know, MCU comes out of New York, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Midtown
right?
High, Spider-Man, all that good stuff. So I'd definitely love to check out one of these cons one day.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
For sure. And there's always a flurry of announcements that come out of this con in particular, as far as comic books, movies, TV announcements. And I thought we could just quickly run down a few of the panels that look interesting, and probably the ones to look out for announcements coming out of them.
Sounds good.
Marvel TV has a big presence at New York Comic Con this year. And one of the exciting things that I'm really looking forward to is there's a Netflix panel for Iron Fist.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. Apparently similar to the end of Daredevil season 2, or maybe it was Jessica Jones, they had the clip for Luke Cage. I guess at the end of Luke Cage there's a clip for Iron Fist.
Nice.
So I haven't got there yet, of course,
Right,
but that's something to look out for. But I guess they're going to have an extended trailer, extended footage shown for Iron Fist. So this is one that had some problems getting off the ground.
Yeah.
And they've been filming it for the better part of, I want to say, 3 or 4 months now.
Oh, okay.
And so look out for that coming in 2017 at some point, probably 6 months after the debut of Luke Cage.
Right.
So 6 months essentially from now.
Yeah.
And so that's a big one. They've got some stuff going on for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're showing some animation movies, a Hulk animation movie, some
Nice.
Guardian stuff.
Ooh.
And then they're also showing the network premiere for Legion.
Oh, the FX show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I'm still not sold on that show, but I'll check out that. I guess will it be live streaming panels?
I don't think they're going to show us. This might be more of an event where
Probably,
you're ticketed in and you go watch the first season or first episode of the season or season premiere or whatever it's called.
Right.
And it's just to get the fan hype up behind, right?
Yeah.
And so I look for maybe some sort of ratings or reviews coming out of
Right.
that to see if it's worth even checking out.
Yeah.
I don't have FX, but it's something that I might try to find a little later on.
Yeah. Because it is meant to tie into the Bryan Singer universe.
Yes,
this
I
Yeah.
believe
show.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the first kind of iteration where we're tying into a different Marvel universe. And so that's pretty cool. I kind of like that idea. To see where they go with the continuity, if they just piss all over the TV show or what they do here. Because Legion is Professor X's son.
Yeah, he's a wacky character that goes back in time and causes basically the Age of Apocalypse, I believe. Or Days of Future Past.
One of them.
One of those.
Yeah.
Elliot, where are you?
And our favorite, as always, Star Wars.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
They have a big presence there.
Of course.
Not so much the movies, but the one I'm particularly excited for is the Hasbro panel, which takes place on Thursday.
Nice.
So this is where we always get a little more insight as to what's coming in 2017. San Diego Comic-Con and New York Toy Fair, you do get a closer glimpse. I think New York Toy Fair is usually in February,
Okay.
and that's when you actually start seeing. So we might get some more concepts and understanding of what's coming out, particularly with the Rogue One line. So we've got our first couple waves here, and we've got them all strung across here behind us.
Oh, yeah. It's looking good, guys. It's looking good.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's looking good. The collection's already filling out.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get a little more indication as far as the subsequent waves. We know what Wave 2 looks like, maybe what Wave 3, 4, and so on and so forth is going to look like. Where the Qui-Gon Jinn's going to fall, the General Kenobi,
Right. The
those type of
Revan.
characters. Revan, Sabine. When we can expect those to drop, probably early 2017.
Yeah.
But it might give us a bit better indication here.
Cool.
And the other panel from Star Wars that I'm really looking forward to is it's a writer's roundtable. So they're going to have Timothy Zahn, Chuck Wendig, Charles Soule. So the people that are creating...
Claudia Gray, maybe even?
I don't think Claudia Gray's there.
Okay.
I want to see another book from her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
Right.
have to have her. But what they're doing there is kind of like a creators of the extended universe or the written universe, if you will, of Star Wars. And they're talking about the current projects, how they go about writing these particular characters when they're spinning them out of the movies.
Wow.
And also what's coming down the pipe.
Wow. That might be the best thing coming out of New York
Yes.
Comic Con right there. I'm really excited just for that writers panel.
Exactly.
Wow.
So we got Rogue One Catalyst dropping in November.
Yeah.
There's an Ahsoka book dropping next week,
Oh, okay.
October 11th.
Cool.
And then there's Thrawn in April 2017.
Man. Awesome.
We have numerous eras we're exploring right now in Star Wars, and those are 3 books, kind of concentrated in around the New Hope time.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for something that's maybe a little more Force Awakens centric,
Okay.
and something that's maybe a little bit pre Rogue One, sort of in the Rebels time frame, expanding on some of the characters that we have in there.
Nice. And Ahsoka will have that covered, I'm sure.
Yes, and Thrawn as well.
Right? Cool. Can't wait for that.
Really looking forward to that panel. And DC and Marvel always have big comic panels. They're not present as much from the cinematic perspective.
Right.
But Marvel and DC usually use this as a launching pad for their next coming events. So they're going to be talking post-Civil War II for the Marvel end. So we're talking a lot of
Okay.
X-Men, Inhumans, Spider-Man, like the Clone Saga or whatever they're doing next.
Yeah, Clone Conspiracy. Yeah.
Nice.
And maybe look for what's coming beyond that with Ironheart and a few of the other new characters that they're introducing. This new book, Avengers book from Mark Waid, we'll probably hear a little more about. So it's we're not out of Civil War 2 yet, but they're going to be talking a lot about that. And DC is going to be talking a lot about what's next for Rebirth.
Right, because Monster Men is what you're reading right now?
Yeah,
With the Batman, Nightwing, Detective Comics time?
Yeah, I do enjoy it.
Cool, and then Justice League versus Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're probably hearing what's coming out of that as well, expanding a bit more maybe on that event itself.
Nice.
And trying to understand a bit more maybe of the integration of Watchmen into this universe and the implications for what's going on in Rebirth. I haven't quite caught up. I'm kind of stuck in August somewhere right now.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to hear what these guys have to say. And I try to half pay attention to it because I'm trying not to spoil what's coming out of the comic books I'm reading right now as far as who lives and who dies. And
who's Dr. Oz?
Yeah. Did you guys hear the latest crossover? So you know how DC always crosses over with like IDW or
Ninja Turtles,
Star Trek.
Yeah.
So the latest one, Green Lantern, crossing over with Planet of the Apes.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
That's wow. So like Hal Jordan?
I assume so, yeah. It'll probably be Hal Jordan. Probably loses his ring, loses his powers, kind of like the original Planet of the Apes. Where...
And Cornelius gets his hands on the one of the rings.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Which Planet of the Apes is it?
I have no idea.
That version, the early version, or the new, or
the Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, someone that's
Oh god, not the Mark Wahlberg.
But that's the one that would fit that universe, I think,
right?
better. Like
the Wahlberg,
it's a bit quirky. I
don't
see it fitting well with the 68.
Franco.
Yeah,
okay.
But in the current iteration,
They're
which
not
had a
even
cool.
there
They're gonna. That's a movie they're gonna show. Not show, but there's gonna be teasers coming out for.
Right, War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
that's next year.
No, New York Comic Con's gonna be showing probably a teaser trailer for that. So
I can't wait.
For that.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Planet of the Apes, I think, has been one of the best film franchises we've had in the last 10 years.
It's definitely one of the best reboots.
Oh yeah, and the CG in the last film too was some of the best I've seen since Jungle Book.
Yeah,
it's flawless.
Yeah,
how it did not win the Oscar amazes me because there was no actual apes in the whole film.
Just apes on horses.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as to how they're actually going to integrate this. That might be something I look into picking up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's kind of neat.
It's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I skipped the Batman versus the Ninja Turtles.
That one was really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the art. I couldn't really get into the art, but yeah.
What would be like a Marvel crossover with another popular franchise that you guys would like to see? And you'd be like, yeah, like I'm jonesing for that. That'd be awesome. Because like DC seems to be more open to like working with other companies, whereas Marvel's kind of just in their silo right now. You know, doing their own thing.
Maybe Marvel, Devil Dinosaur goes against Jurassic Park.
Oh.
That's hilarious. The one that people... I don't know if people would ever like this. There's something that I would not support.
Yeah.
But like integrating like a weird Star Wars Marvel crossover.
Oh, okay.
Guardians. Yeah.
Guardians and Star... I don't want to see it. It kind of hurts to say that. Like it really feels weird.
It would be weird.
Yeah.
You know, there's an issue I read a while back of the Avengers before we'd gone to Secret Wars. This must have been like 2 years ago. And there was a little inkling of a drawing, and it looked like Vader almost. It wasn't Vader, but it's kind of like Disney was having fun here with the characters and the rights of the Star Wars universe. But
nice.
yeah, you might have had the comic too. I can't remember the name of it, but it was
I wouldn't be surprised if there's Star Wars teasers all throughout some
right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Or because you even get probably references in like a Deadpool or I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that they would just throw in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I got one for you guys. Because you know how so Disney owns Marvel now. I got this as a perfect one. Namor, Little Mermaid. This is flawless.
Yeah?
I mean, what do you got? You got two underwater creatures. You can have song and dance.
How does that movie end? Isn't she like a human now? Or
No,
does
she
end
She lost her voice.
But does she end in the water?
I don't know.
Yeah, because there's a direct-to-video sequel, and she has a daughter. So I'm assuming that it ended.
How did
her
that
back in
work?
the water. Yeah, that's
The complexities of
maybe she did meet
mermaids.
up with Seymour, or not Seymour, with Namor.
Seymour.
Seymour Namor.
Yeah, she did see more and Namor ended up together.
Oh,
if
boy.
you catch my drift.
Yeah, sorry, Sue Storm.
So I've been starting to watch this new, not really new, but this show, DC Legends of Tomorrow. I'm really behind, guys, on TV. So I'm on like episode 5.
they're gonna say something like, I started watching this sweet Netflix series on this.
Yeah.
No, it's on Crave, so I started watching it. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I'm gonna watch this to completion, and then watch it season 2. But they have a lot of Star Wars references in it. There's like this bounty hunter that's on their tail through the time-space continuum, whatever.
With Rip Hunter and all that?
Yeah, and they keep calling him Boba Fett and stuff, so I thought it was pretty funny.
It's funny, the CW pays a lot of references. Like, The Flash is always bringing up, like, Star Wars lines all the time.
Yeah. How could they not, though, right? Like, it's such a big cultural influence that I think they just kind of go with it. Even in that crossover last year, DC brought up the Marvel the Marvel comic universe in one of their crossovers, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's one where there's, like, all different incarnations of all the DC heroes, and then there's the Stan Lee Presents DC universe.
Yeah.
And then someone goes like, oh, this universe, this guy who created it was only with us for a brief time, but he was with another universe before that, or something like that. So
it's cool to see those in-comic references. I like
that.
But be sure, guys, to check out New York Comic Con.
Yes.
If you're there, if you're tweeting photos, there's a couple really good podcasts, I'm going to say. Star Wars Action News and Marvelicious Toys, two that I really enjoy.
Rebels.
They do report a lot of particularly the action figure stuff, the collecting stuff that's happening. Yeah. So go over and check those guys out, because we can't be there, or else we'd be reporting this stuff, and they do a really good job covering it. So it's pretty cool to check them out and support other podcasts as well.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite podcast to get all the best Star Wars and Rebels news is Rebels from the Nerd Room. As an unbiased third party, let me tell you guys, I cannot tell you the countless hours I sat down and listened to Rebels. I am all caught up and ready to talk Force Friday because of these two. Hosts Tim and Troy break down all the latest news from the last week's episode of Rebels. So check it out.
Really appreciate the comment.
Thanks, man.
What do you mean? I mean, that's just my honest opinion. This isn't like shameless advertising or a plug at all.
So that's correct. Be sure to check out our newest podcast, Star Wars Rebels Alert. Drops every Monday. We discuss and recap each and every episode of Star Wars Rebels Season 3. All right, Sunjay, before we get into our Force Friday talking about what we're able to pick up and some of our individual stories, you have a little unboxing that you want to do. Brought something over.
Just a little showcase here.
Something.
So picked up my latest steelbook today, movie 1050.
Nice.
Wow, that's incredible.
1050.
Yeah, so I did the math, so I can watch one movie a week, every week, and I'll watch the same movie twice until the year 2036. So I've got 20 years of movies a week, so
that's incredible.
Better start watching. So,
more movies than Netflix.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I maintain I have a better collection than Netflix Canada. So Netflix, if you hear this, give me free movies, because why not? All right. So the latest Steelbook, you guys reviewed this movie. Little lukewarm reception, but tell me your thoughts on the Steelbook, and if this interests you, if this is something you guys are going to purchase. All right? Oh, my goodness, it looks so sick.
Oh, man.
X-Men Apocalypse.
That's a nice looking Steelbook, though.
So the cover is just a picture of Apocalypse with kind of like it's like a felt almost texture that it looks like, and then his bottom of him kind of fades off paint into the different X-Men in the movie. So
yeah, kind of a graffiti-like look going on with an emo Apocalypse.
They definitely cleaned up his look, because his look originally looked a lot Ivan Oozier.
Yeah.
And this is definitely a lot better.
More blue, more gray.
Ivan Oozier.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Is this a Steelbook that intrigues you? I know you guys don't pick up as many Steelbooks as me, but where's this one rank for you guys?
Civil War still sits on my number 1. BVS is number 2. I really like that Steelbook. That's great. This one here is not bad. It doesn't blow me away, but it's pretty good. I think
it fits in well with the Deadpool one, because the Deadpool is just his face. So they seem to be going with more of the face ones, and there's no spine slash, which is always good. There's nothing worse than when you pick up a Steelbook and then it gets delivered and there's either a big dent or the spine is slashed. So this one seems to be in fairly good condition. I must say Best Buy's been doing a pretty good job with all their Steelbooks that I've got this year.
So for whenever I buy them from Best Buy online, they ship in a big box with just like a piece of paper wrapped around it.
Oh, really? This one came with, those air pockets? So it wasn't even moving at all. Like, it was all pressed together, so maybe I'm getting VIP treatment. I don't know. But yeah, you can actually pick this one up at stores, so it's not one of their online exclusives. So
yeah, it's not bad. The front's definitely better than the back.
Yeah, the back is the Scarab.
Yeah.
This is just the J card here, but
the lightning looks kind of bad.
So, let's see.
My opinion is, I'm not going to be picking this up, But fortunately, because Sunjay's yet to embrace the digital era, I've been purchasing for a very reasonable price his digital copies often for movies. I don't particularly have any want to pick up a $30 or $40 steelbook or even the Blu-ray copy.
Yeah.
I just want it digital. I want it to have...
Technically, that's illegal, so cut that out.
It's not illegal.
It's capitalism.
So we split on the cost of the Blu-ray. You kept the physical copy, I keep the digital copy.
Exactly. All right, so I'm just going to remove the J card. It's attached with some glue here.
J card.
Yeah, so this is what they put on top. They call
You
it
got
the
your J card?
I thought I lost that. Don't tell my wife. So if you open it up...
Now, do you guys keep these? Or do you
Oh,
fill them
yeah.
out?
I keep them.
You
J
keep
cards.
those, eh?
I keep them around it because you can buy protectors. I'm just always worried about them because they're so sensitive, the steelbooks.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much this one because it's a bit duller.
Yeah.
But the Civil War one, a few others,
Yeah.
if they scratch so easy. Because they're like a really tinny sort of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one here is the back is kind of like a scarab with some Egyptian writing.
And a big A.
Big A. And so you open it up. Some more Egyptian writing with
Nice
a
digital
digital
copy.
copy for Tim.
Thank you.
So it comes with the Blu-ray and the DVD. So yeah, pretty cool looking steelbook. And that's it.
So as a steelbook collector this year, you've talked about which ones that you have picked up. Which one is your favorite so far?
I'm going to go a little off the board here. There's been some great ones. Civil War's been great. BVS. I think Suicide Squad's going to have a great one. But the one I could say is the one I actually paid for to get shipped from the U.S. was Gods of Egypt.
Oh.
Just a great looking steelbook. It has kind of all the characters in it, some Egyptian gods on the front. Really cool looking. It's going to go well with this Apocalypse one with the Egypt theme. So I'd say that's my favorite this year so far. But the year's not over yet. So another cool one was I really liked the Star Wars The Force Awakens with Kylo Ren there.
Well,
Thanks
that's a good one.
having
Yeah, I forgot to mention that one. You're right.
Yeah, and so I have all the other ones. That's how I got into steelbook collecting. It was actually Star Wars' fault. So I never picked up a steelbook, but they released all the Star Wars on steelbooks before The Force Awakens. Picked up all 6 of those, and I've been hooked ever since. So thank you very much, Star Wars.
It's an addiction for all of us.
Yes. A little something for everyone.
Spawns addiction.
Yeah.
Speaking about Star Wars, so this past Friday was Force Friday, Rogue Friday, whatever you want to call it. It was the nationwide, worldwide debut of the majority of Rogue One merchandise, action figures, and content.
Right.
That being said, it really wasn't the debut
No.
or the release date for a lot of this. And we had some interesting experiences when it came to Force Friday. So we had been talking this for the better part of a year.
Yeah.
About how excited we were to go and hang out, pop some chairs down.
Yeah. Hang out with some other Force welders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're excited for these action figures. We had a couple weeks prior to Force Friday, they had shown us the action figures, what was coming down the pipe, the Elite Series, the Black Series. Troy and I were super excited for this. So Troy got there a little early.
Yeah.
What time did you get there, Troyski?
I got there about 7:15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
At
a 12:01 opening.
Yeah.
So you-
evening. In the evening.
So you stayed 5 hours.
Oh, the story's not done yet.
No.
Okay.
This story's a little long. This story goes for almost a 24-hour period.
Should I pull up my chair and get my coffee mug here?
Yeah.
Wait. Let me get comfy. Oh, yeah. Taking the belt off the pants. Okay, go.
So Troy's there at 7:15.
Yeah.
This is Toys R Us in Calgary here. And Troy phones me and says, dude, they have no Black Series.
No, none at all. Not
Wait.
in the city.
What?
Yeah. So the manager walked out to Troy and
Yeah.
said,
Get out of my lawn, you
He
damn
said, what are
kid."
you looking for? And I said, I'm looking for the Black Series. The 6-inch? Yep. We don't have any of those. We don't have any of those. We don't have any of the 3 3/4.
No.
And there's about 5 of us in line right now. So granted, like Tim said, we're here early, 7:15, ready to go. We're on the hunt. And he drops the bomb from Force Friday to Letdown Friday.
Whoa. Maybe he was just saying that so he could get it all for himself.
that's exactly what I thought. So after I hung up the phone with Troy, I called the Toys R Us
Yeah.
and confirmed with the manager and
okay.
another worker that they didn't have any Black Series. He said we have about 30 SKUs.
Yeah.
So what Troy and I decided at that point was it would be fun to stand in line and wait.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to hang out. I had chairs in the back. I brought an umbrella.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
had pizza, everything.
Yeah, and there's some cool people there. There's a guy dressed up as director Krennic.
Yeah.
Yeah. right there. So people are ready to go. It's about to get serious in there.
I thought you were going to say director George Lucas. And I was like, oh my goodness. What does that look like?
So we pull the shoot on this. We say, this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
It's a long time. It would be fun to sit and hang out. But if we can't even get our hands on one single item, we might as well save the gas for the next morning.
Yes.
Because the next morning, there was rumors that Walmart actually got in figures.
Right.
And the Disney store also opened at 6 in the morning as well.
Wow.
So looking at the internet at this point in time, Toys R Us had nothing. At 10 p.m., all their SKUs went up online, and they had no action figures. It was more of the role play stuff. Yeah. There was a few 3 3/4 inch ships, I believe. All the Lego was out.
Yeah.
And so at this point, I'm pretty pissed off. I'm coming back. I've turned around. I'm not going to Toys R Us anymore. And I decided, like, I'm going to look at some of the Walmarts. I'm not leaving Force Friday, the evening at least, empty-handed.
No.
Right.
So I hit up 2 Walmarts on the way home, and both Walmarts had Rogue One, not action figures, but merchandise out. Particularly the Lego. Mm-hmm. And then there's the 2 packs of the 3 3/4 inch action figures that were released. There was all those were out. So I was like, screw it, I'm going to pick it up. Because Troy had told me a story when you were talking to the guy in line.
Yes.
That he had grabbed all the 6-inch from a Walmart, but they wouldn't let them buy them.
What?
Exactly, yeah.
What kind of story is that?
So what happens with that is Hasbro, Disney, Star Wars, and all that, they usually have holds on the action figures. Sometimes they get put out accidentally, and they'll ring up and they'll say, cannot sell, send back to distributor or whatever. And I had that with the BB-8 Funko Pop last year. I was at Walmart, go in and grab it, and it says, scan it, and it says, no, return to distributor. And they said, usually it's because it's defective. And I said, no, I heard this online. It's not defective. It's literally 2 balls on top of each other.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And
What sorry, go ahead.
And they eventually let us buy it.
Wow. You
But-
talked him into it, eh?
Well, no, and I walked up with this. It was more of an experiment because I don't really get the 2-packs, but I liked how the 2-pack look.
Yeah.
It's the one with the Scarif Trooper in it. And I pulled it up to the front, and I was like, I'm just going to see what happens. And they let me buy it. And I was like, okay. That fills that void that I had in there, that frustration that Toys R Us did not have any of the action figures, which blows my mind. And the manager said this was a countrywide thing. And then listening to reports that evening from various sources in the States, it was really hit and miss again. Some Walmarts had, some Walmarts had all kinds of stuff. Some had none. Some Toys R Us had a few things. The ones that had the events, I think, were better off. And even in the UK, some reports coming out there that the Toys R Us did have a lot of action figures. But in Canada in particular, it was, it wasn't a good looking situation.
No.
And the complaint was from the previous Force Friday was that there wasn't enough of the action figures. And this time, instead of going and shipping more, they shipped none.
So I was lucky enough around about 11 o'clock or so to go online to walmart.ca. I did get my hands on a Kylo Ren without the mask, so I did order that online.
Nice.
Which showed up today, so very grateful for that.
Yeah, and you had pre-ordered the gin as well.
I pre-ordered the gin before as well,
And that's something that I preached to do. I ended up canceling my order.
Yeah.
It was an emotional cancel, but I did do that. So my real Force Friday started actually on Friday.
Yeah.
I got up at 4:30 in the morning, got all showered up, and I went to the Disney store here at Market Mall. And I'm running around the outside of this mall trying to find a door that's open. Because I can't remember if it's 6 or 6:30 they opened at. I think it was 6. And I'm running in. I can hear people. I'm like, oh my God. And some guy was walking through the mall with a cart and wheels, a garbage can or something. I was like, I thought it was people stampeding towards the Disney store. Swear to God. And so I start to pick up the pace. I'm like, okay, I can't look like a weirdo. I'll get up, but I'm sprinting through this mall. I get up to the front. No one there.
I would have loved to see security footage.
I'm the only guy at 6 a.m. standing in front of the Disney Store Market Mall. Mind you, I got there at 5:45, and then I think 4 or 5 other people showed up. 2 of which had stood in line at the Toys R Us the night before and said it was more or less a bust. They did have the T-shirts and a couple of the giveaways, which they were in line for. And they said there's only 50 people compared to about 400 or so last year.
For Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Well, that's not huge. Good. No. I mean, is this whole thing... I mean, this obviously hasn't soured you guys on Star Wars one bit, but do you feel like this has soured kind of Force Friday for you guys for next year? Are you guys going to be as amped up, or are you going to be like, well, last year kind of was a letdown?
A little bit. I mean, because even last year's, there was only 30 Black Series available, right? And then this year there's 0. So it's kind of each year, it's kind of taking a toll on you as it goes.
They'll start taking them away next year.
Yeah.
Go to negative.
Hopefully not next year, though, because it's an episode, right?
That's
so
it.
it has to be a huge hit.
Yeah, so that's probably going to get really pumped up again. And this hasn't tainted me too much. I was quite frustrated with, because I was more looking forward to the event and sitting and hanging out, more so than I was looking forward to getting my hands on one or two Black Series.
Right.
I knew I was going to the Disney store the next day, the next morning, and I knew I'd eventually get my hands on one of the Black Series. It was more that we were so hyped for, and we had so much fun for the Force Friday for Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It was that aspect that I was more upset about, and the fact that we were actually coming better prepared this time with seats. I thought it might rain, so I brought an umbrella with a stand and all this shit too, right?
And there's some really cool people down there, I'm telling you. So
that was the biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
So our Force Friday started out on quite a low.
Yes.
Which is a bit disappointing. But then my experience at the Disney store the next day, one, the people that were there, fantastic.
Nice.
We had a great time shooting the shit, talking Star Wars right before. We're all up against the gate looking in, being like, okay, how many Death Troopers are there? And we're counting, okay, there's only 7 of us. And the guy on the other side is telling, okay, it's 1 per person.
Oh, okay.
So there's 8 Elite Series in total that were released. I picked up the 4 that I thought were going to go the quickest.
Yeah.
Just trying to cut back a little bit on the spend. I figured these Elite Series are going to be shipping in faster quantities.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to get the K2SO, Death Trooper, Jin, as well the C2B5.
How much do these ones go for?
$33 Canadian.
$33.
Yeah, so they're
Not
a
cheap.
little more expensive.
Wow.
The nice thing, though, that they had the Force Awakens Elite Series on sale for $18 a pop.
No way.
Which included a Boba Fett and a Darth Vader.
Oh, wow.
But there's only 4 of each, and those got scooped up right away.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
But these Disney Elite Series are incredible. Particularly the droids. The faces I'm not super stoked on. Like, we're looking here both at all 3 Jins, the 3 3/4 inch, the Elite Series, and the Black Series Jin. And I would have to say I like the Black Series Jin the best. But when you compare that to the K2SO, which I think is by far the most superior action figure that dropped on Force Friday.
Yeah.
Get your hands on the Elite Series K2SO. It is incredible.
Looks badass.
Even comparing it to the Black Series K2SO, the Black Series is good. The Elite Series is unreal.
Yeah.
So what's the Black Series and what's the Elite Series? I'm so confused.
So that's a good question. The Black Series is your traditional Hasbro 6-inch collector focus action figure.
Okay.
The Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they only came out 2 or 3 years ago, I'd have to say.
Okay.
And they're really collector focused, and they're usually quite hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your Elite Series are your Disney Store exclusive. They're just a bit taller. They're die cast, and they're a little bit more expensive. They come with a base, and the packaging's really nice. And that.
Okay.
But you can only get them at the Disney Store or DisneyShop.ca or whatever it's called, .com.
Probably Disneyland, Disney World.
And usually...
Disneyland Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you can get them all.
Asia.
Yeah, but with them, they're usually limited in the line that you get. So there's 8 on the initial release here. There'll probably be, I'm going to say, 3 or 4 others that will trickle out throughout the year.
Yeah.
Cool. I see you have another R2-D2, but he's black.
Yeah, C2B5, so he looks like some sort of Imperial astromech droid. I'm not sure how present he's going to be in the film. Or it is going to be in the film. So,
Kind of looks like our mic stand, to be honest with you.
it does. But then after the Elite Series, after the Disney Store, I was quite excited. My next stop was a Walmart. I usually have to be into work, or I'm usually at work at 6:30 a.m. And I'm sitting in the parking lot at Walmart at 6:30 a.m. And Walmart here doesn't open until 7.
Yeah.
But I'm watching people walk in. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going for it. So I walk in and I said to myself, I just need to get into one of the aisles and then boot it down so people can't see me. And I was saying to myself, act like you belong, Tim. Just act like you belong. And so I walk in there, strut in there. No one says a word to me.
Yeah.
Kind of walk down the aisle and I get kind of in like the comforter aisle or whatever and just book it down to the toy aisle.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to scout this out. I know I can't buy anything till 7, so I'm going to scout it out and see what's up. See if it's worth actually being here and waiting and being late for work. Go in there. All they had was 6 3 3/4 inch action figures. No Black Series.
Oh, man.
So I was able to grab the Jin, the K2SO, and the Imperial Crewman, which were the ones I actually wanted. I didn't see the Sabine and a few others that come with the wave, and I didn't pick up the repack Kylo Ren either.
Yeah.
But it was nice to get my hands on 3 3/4 inch, but also very disappointing. And Troy, you also were at a Walmart at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. No luck there either.
Oh.
Yeah. I did see some other good Marvel Legends. But won't get into those.
Yeah, so it was, again, Walmart dropped the ball here. So, and that was the reports all through the city, was that hit and miss. Sometimes you get 3 3/4 inch, sometimes you get the odd Black Series.
Yeah.
I didn't know if these were being held back or what the deal was. Some of the videos I saw online from other Walmarts in the States, where some people had no idea what the hell was going on. So this wasn't an event, I don't think, that was actually conveyed to either the employees or to the individual Walmarts or Toys R Us as being something big. Because I was phoning Toys R Us the day before, being like, what time are you opening? You opening early? Are you getting the Black Series in? These people are like, I have no idea. So I feel like a crazy person. But it's a big event for Toys R Us.
It really is.
This break generates a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
It's like the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of action figures dropping, merchandise, and that. I was hoping they'd be a lot more aware.
Yeah.
But then stepping into our Black Series, and these are the ones that Troy are particularly focused on.
Yeah, bread and butter.
And these are the ones that are usually difficult to get. Maybe not the first wave here, but subsequent waves have been more difficult to get with The Force Awakens and integrating in more OT and prequel characters as well. So we have the disappointment here. Nothing at Walmart, nothing at Toys R Us. At this point, I'm okay. I've got my Disney Store exclusives. I got some 3 3/4 inch. I got a Funko Pop and a few other things. I'm happy about that.
You've come to peace. You've accepted what you cannot change.
Exactly. I was willing to maybe go to the internet or wait it out a bit. Because I knew that these were going to come at least in some quantities to these toy stores. Maybe K2SO and Death Troop were going to be harder to get. I was okay with that. I was okay with the hunt. Then we get a call from Troy's wife. I'm in a meeting, and she doesn't call me that often. So she calls me, and I'm thinking the first thing, I'm like, oh, something's wrong.
Troy's dead. Oh my God.
Well, I always think about the kids. I'm like, okay, someone's hurt, and she can't get to her or whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, so I step out, and at that point, my wife had called me too. So I was like, oh shit,
how are we going to replace Troy in the podcast?
But she calls me, and she's super stoked. She's like, Courtney found Black Series. I was like, get them all. And she's like, which ones do you want? There's, she kind of rattled off a few, and there was 2 cases. But there's K2SO and Death Trooper were missing from the case. So Troy got those, and you had the Jin and the Kylo on the way.
Yes.
And Courtney grabbed me Cassian Andor, Jin, and Kylo from, of all places, Indigo.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
What are the chances?
You know what? Indigo has been killing it lately. We should give a shout out to Indigo because that's amazing.
Shout out to Indigo.
Indigo. We raise our cups to you. I recently picked up Batman Court of Owls Volume 1 for only $12 there. So
nice.
That's a steal.
It's a great store. Indigo, you guys rock.
And then I talked to Courtney after, and she starts telling me, oh my God, my heart dropped when I saw it. I was like, that is it.
That's the rush.
That is the rush that action figures that collectors chase. I said, you've experienced for the first time. You've got a little taste of it.
Yeah.
Did she sell it to you for markup too?
No, the best thing was she got a teacher's discount on it.
Exactly.
So they were $20 a piece.
Wow, that's
so it worked out better than anything.
Yeah.
So I'm missing K2SO and Death Trooper 6-inch at this point. Those are the 2 I was hunting for. Those 2 I really wanted. I figured they're going to be the ones that are hardest to find. And my wife starts calling around to Indigo stores around the city now. And she's now super into it. She's like, I'm going to find them. She calls a couple. They say, no, we don't have them. And she calls me. She's like, I don't believe them. So she loads up my kid and herself. And they go to an Indigo. She calls me and goes, I got them.
Oh, wow.
I was like, no way.
Oh, man. Best Sports Friday ever.
Yeah, you guys are going to do something really good for your wives after that one. Like, you guys owe her big time.
Yeah, they killed it.
Yeah.
So between the 2 of them, we're able to get 2 full sets of the Black Series.
Wow.
6-inch Rogue One on Force Friday.
Yeah.
Whew. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
It's a happy ending after all.
Yeah, it
really
started
was.
off on a real low. And then at the end of the day, we're sitting, I got them all set up behind us here and kind of get everything here. And I'm super stoked for how these look, how they've come out. I didn't pick up the Rey. You picked up the Rey.
I picked up the Rey, and man, am I ever satisfied. I have both Reys, the original first wave that we got from the Force Awakens line, and then I got the Rey with the Rogue One. And compared the 2 of them, you get the lightsaber obviously now with the Rey, and the paint apps on the face is far superior. In my opinion, I think they're actually a lot better. Nothing but great things. As well as with the Kylo Ren, with the maskless, his lightsaber has been redone. So it actually looks just like the actual lightsaber from the movie.
That's
Whereas
cool.
opposed to the original Kylo Ren toy that we had, the lightsaber actually all kind of like connected. So it's a pretty bad paint on there. So it looks much better now. So if you get your hands on either of these, the Rey or the Kylo Ren, be sure to get it, man. Great pickups. Yeah.
So we'd be really interested to hear your guys' Force Friday stories. Did you have quite an experience like Troy and I did that dragged on for the majority of Force Friday?
Yeah.
And even into the Saturday as well. I'm still doing a little hunting, still trying to find some of those 3 3/4 inch, the Sabine in particular.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to hear your guys' stories. So if you want to hit us up on Twitter at thenerdrm or thenerdrm@gmail.com or comment on our YouTube or just tell us your Force Friday experiences. We'd love to hear if you guys had similar frustrating experiences, if you came in on the other side and found the figures that you want. It was nice to see on Twitter some people were having success.
Yeah.
And I really do enjoy seeing people actually getting what they wanted and getting what they wanted out of the day.
Yes.
Even though we didn't get quite that experience that we wanted, we still came in on the other side very positive as far as the day. And Sunjay, you had asked, has this tainted you? I'm going to say no, absolutely not. It's, again, it comes down to the thrill of the hunt and, the idea of accepting what's happened and just moving on from there. I always say I don't want to buy these at more than retail because then you get into a situation, specifically here in Canada, where we're paying shipping and American pricing and they get too expensive. You cannot take the weight on your wallet to collect everything. Yeah. And that's even with the Force Awakens. These are going to be short shipped now because the Rogue One stuff's coming out. We're probably not going to see a lot of the later waves of the Force Awakens figures that we never really got. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay to hunt. I'm okay to go to local comic book shops and pick these up and maybe have them ordered in there and pay an extra couple bucks. Yeah. All in all, I had a fantastic Force Friday. Got everything I wanted. Yeah. I'm going to throw some pictures up on Twitter. I threw some up early up the hall. Nice. Even down to some of the Funko Pops. Got the EB games or the GameStop exclusive, the Darth Vader. I didn't really focus on Lego or the Funko Pops because I know they're going to be everywhere. Yeah. And I'm going to get a couple of those, maybe the TIE Striker and a few others. I'm going to get some of the main characters for the Funko Pops as well. Yeah. But Hot Topic and a few others are going to have some exclusives, and they're going to be everywhere. So there's something that I wouldn't really worry about. Yeah. But like I said before, get your hands on at least the droids and the troops for the Elite Series. That's my favorite pickup. Troy, what's your favorite pickup of the week?
I like the KS2O and my redone Rey. Yeah.
Nice.
Love that figure. Yeah. Good stuff.
So Sunjay, from an outside perspective,
yes,
does this at all intrigue you? Like if there was a Justice League day?
Yeah, I mean, well, Batman Day was just a couple days ago, and I picked up, as I said, Court of Owls. But in terms of something else that would be cool for a day, like something like Justice League Day would be awesome. Avengers Day would be awesome. Steelbook Day would be awesome. I gotta be honest. The one thing I have questioned, my biggest question about Rogue One is this. When the Steelbook comes out and I'm displaying the movies on my shelf, do I go Episode 3, Rogue One, and then Episode 4? Or do I go first 6, or first 7, and then Rogue One? How do I display this on my shelf?
Chronologically.
Yeah. So you go 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah? That makes sense, right?
I think you have to.
Is that how you guys are going to watch it when you guys have your giant Star Wars marathons?
That's how I normally do. I like to go prequels, and then I guess now Rogue One, and then go into the originals, and then Force Awakens.
Saving the best for last.
You don't want to know my best one. Guilty pleasure episode.
Which one is it?
Episode 3. I love episode 3.
That's your favorite one?
Well, no, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite, but I really enjoy episode 3. But Empire is like the...
That's good to hear, because I've heard nothing but people ragging on the prequels, well, except for you two, so gives me a little bit of hope. I'm really looking forward to watching them, and one day I will watch them.
Nice.
You say one day or Monday?
Well, Monday's Thanksgiving, so probably not that day, but one day. Yeah. Maybe Rogue One Day.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
This is our last podcast in this room. Just want to say, guys, it's been a pleasure. And, should we sing a song? Should we sing Closing Time?
Just to clarify, we're going to have a podcast next week. Both Star Wars Rebels Alert and the Nerd Room.
Yeah. Well, are we?
Yes, we are.
Tim, here's my question for you. You guys were talking to some people, Star Wars fans, while you're in line. Did you promote the podcast? Maybe give out a few business cards? We have 2 podcasts that talk about Star Wars. It's a good cross-marketing opportunity.
It is. Yeah. It's sometimes it's hard to bring up.
Yeah.
It's not that we're ashamed of it or anything like that. And not that we don't want to promote it, but I want it to come up organically.
Exactly.
I don't want to be like, hey, my name's Tim. Have you checked out my podcast?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I was vibing with the people down there, and I didn't really want to be like, hey, we have a Star Wars podcast and Nerd Room podcast. I was just, I was in the mode for the hunt, right?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't really about trying to promote the podcast.
So I'll tell you what, next year we're going to send out business cards that says The Nerd Room and Rebels Alert presents Star Wars Episode 8, The Force Continues, or whatever it's called.
I would love to do something like that. Like to be part of that, but it's so hard with Star Wars and Lucasfilm and Disney to actually be part of something like that. Their merchandising and all that is so tight to them that getting your name in there or anything like that is really difficult. You'd almost have to do like a separate event with the Toys R Us or something.
Yeah.
And that would be something interesting to do. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm always up for promoting our podcast and what we do in that. Mm-hmm. But I don't ever want to force it on someone. I want it to come up, like I said, organically. Yeah. And I want it to be something that people are interested in. I don't want to be like, oh, this weird sales guy. Every time he talks to me, he always talks to me his podcast.
Exactly.
Like, I try not to do that too much. When people ask me something, even when people ask me about a review for a movie, have you seen Suicide Squad? I try to just give them my opinion of it. I don't try to be like, well, if you check out our review on episode 25 or whatever. So I find that if the people seem intrigued for what we're talking about, I might bring it up. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I'd love to find some way to promote this in a on a larger scale.
Yeah,
bootleg T-shirts next year. Bootleg T-shirts for episode 8. We're gonna give them to everyone online. Maybe some coffee presented by the Nerd Room, so that way we can give them some warmth and get them a little bit excited. Closing time. One last time for alcohol. So finish your whiskey or beer. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home.
Well,
thanks guys. Thanks guys for leaving me hanging. I'm sure glad this is the last podcast in this room because this is the last time I'm talking to you for you leaving me hanging.
Did you have any expectation that we'd pick that up?
There's a small sliver of hope. One day that we're gonna have a musical episode. And I keep trying to push it and promote it, but you guys keep, ragging on it. So maybe one day we will have a musical episode as Troy just opened one of Tim's Star Wars figures. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, mint in box, bro.
If you sneeze on it, do you take the Windex out and clean it?
No, because it'll stain the plastic on the outside.
Fun tip, Windex cleans off the goop on your steelbooks, so.
Goop. Anyways, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure talking Force Friday, New York Comic Con, comics and movies. Just one last pump before we leave here. Check out our new podcast, Star Wars Rebels Alert. It drops every Monday. Again, we're discussing episode 3, which is Wedge Antilles' debut into Rebels.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
So, and you can also find this podcast and Star Wars Rebels Alert on YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play, Podbean, and iTunes. No. If you'd ever like to get a hold of us to comment, or again, we're always trying to build this community around the Nerd Room and Star Wars Rebels Alert. So if you'd like to leave us a comment, give us some input, or be a part of the show, make sure just to catch us on Twitter. Our handles are always at the end of the episode. Or you can catch us at Gmail at thenerdrm@gmail.com, as well as on Facebook. All right. Well, I hope everyone had as much fun on Force Friday as all of us did, including you, Sunjay.
I had a blast. I was trying to... I watched Force Awakens again. No, I didn't. But for a brief moment, I was cool.
Until next week, guys. For the Nerd Room, I'm Tim.
And signing off in the Nerd Room for the last time in this Nerd Room, but I'll be back next week. So we'll still have a podcast next week, guys. I'm Sunjay.
I'm Troy.
Thank you for entering the Nerd Room. You got a lot of Luke Cage to watch for next week.
Are you going to watch your Apocalypse tonight?
Nah, probably not.
No.
You on board it?
No. That's okay.
I might pick up the Neon Demon today at Walmart.
For the last time in Studio A, we are out. Don't forget to subscribe and rate and review us on iTunes. You can find our hosts Tim, Sunjay, and Troy on Twitter at TheNerdRM, 1912 Podcasting, and Troy, the Boy, 87.